Hello, my name is Daisy,
Hey, my name's Alyssa.
and this is
Terrifying Talks.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls. Ghostly figures start to sway. Tune in now, don't be afraid. Terrifying talks tonight. Chill your bones till morning light. Spooky tales to make you jump. Heart beats fast with every thump.
Welcome back, my spooky dookies. Happy Friday. What's up with you?
Spooky dookies.
Every time, I can't help it.
I can't.
What if that's like our name? Just like what we call
What
our...
we call them. If you guys are down for it, we're going to call you Spooky Dookies.
They're probably not down for it. So today we are
talking about underrated slashers.
ooh, ooh. We got a couple movies here. We're gonna start with Disturbia. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
absolutely. Let's just dive right into it, actually. So Disturbia came out in 2007. It's about a troubled teenager on a house arrest. Basically starts spying on his neighbors to pass time, only to find that his neighbor is a serial killer. I know you just watched this.
I did. I just watched it right before the episode.
How do you feel about the movie firstly?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah,
it was a
did you
pretty
like
solid movie. Yeah.
I was just talking to you about it. I did watch the movie for the first time this year. I thought I think the movie cover didn't really pull me in as much.
I feel that.
So I initially watched it because I saw a clip on TikTok and I was like, all right, I can get into this. Started watching it, thought it was really good. But I want to start off with basic stuff. What did you like about it? What you didn't like about it?
I liked how they opened it up with like them getting in the car crash because I thought that was like kind of a nice little way of like
easing in.
Yeah, easing in, but also giving you a reason to kind of root for him because he like you already went through this with him.
Yeah.
And gave you a reason to kind of I don't know, like he's not a bad person, I guess, even though he ends up on house arrest.
I think some good people end up going on house arrest.
You're not wrong. But like how the neighbors looked at him with the ankle monitor.
True.
And just saw him.
I think there's definitely a stereotype
Yeah.
of like, or what do you call it? Just like one of those things where kind of just look at a person and
that's like a stereotype.
Yeah. I know we did talk about answering some questions for the movie. Did you want to ask them?
Yes. Do you think being on an ankle monitor enhanced the fact that they did not believe him?
Yeah, we were just talking about
exactly stereotyping.
Stereotypes. I think when you look at someone who has, an ankle monitor or just in general been in prison and everything, and people are open and honest about it, I think a lot of people look at that and just like, yeah, you're a bad person, and I shouldn't trust you no matter what. So I think that definitely enhanced the fact that people didn't believe him.
It didn't help the fact that the cop was, what did they say, cousins with the teacher.
Oh yeah, because there was in the beginning something going on with on why that's why he got arrested, right?
Yeah, because the teacher said something about his dad, and he lost it and punched
beat him up. Yep.
And he pressed charges.
I do remember that now.
And the cop was like,
his cousin.
I think it was his cousin.
Yeah, I don't think that helped either.
It did not help.
I really enjoyed the part of him like figuring out how far he could go with it.
Yeah, like, that was nice.
I thought that's so real of him. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like I would want to do that.
I feel like I do that too.
You know what I don't get? He got back in the yard with the green, but they still came. Because they only get like, what, 10 seconds?
I think so, but I think no matter what, if it goes red, uh, cops come to ensure like you didn't run away or anything
So
like
then
that.
why didn't they come when he was testing out the beeping when making his little map around the perimeter?
I don't know. I don't know how. I've never been on house arrest, so I couldn't tell you.
Valid.
I couldn't tell you what
It was just something I was
could do.
thinking about because I
No,
was like,
I
how does
get
that
it.
make sense?
I get it.
I thought it was just because the cop was his cousin, so he wanted to be like an
An
asshole.
Yeah, I get that. But I don't know. Maybe we go like a deep dive on getting arrested.
Next episode, we get arrested to find out.
See if our neighbors are serial killers.
Oh my god, what if?
Oh
My
God.
guess is that one.
Oh, stop pointing fingers. People look out windows.
Yeah, honestly, they do.
Exactly. I told you. Stop pointing at people.
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay.
Well, they're not okay. Well, we're okay.
Next question,
Okay.
please. Who locks the door?
Click.
Click.
As a neighbor, do you think you would trust his thoughts about the guy across the street?
Okay, think about it this way. You're brand new into town, okay? You see this fucking dude, your neighbor, who's obviously checking you out, okay? Is in your bushes, okay? He has an ankle monitor. Stereotypes, okay? Are you fucking trusting this guy?
Look, he's low-key cute though, so
You trust people because they're cute?
I trusted you, didn't I?
Yeah, because I'm a good person. Alyssa. No, this is not how we go about people. Honestly, you know my take with like being super cautious about literally
I don't think
everyone
you
and
would
anything.
believe.
I would
don't think
not.
you
I'd be
would.
like, sir, are you on fucking crack? Leave me the fuck alone. Get out of my bushes. Like, who are you?
Okay, I think I wouldn't believe him at first.
I think if there was a built up trust, I'd definitely be like, all right, dog,
Yeah.
give me some proof.
And then like how they were like looking out together and like she started to see stuff, I might start to believe him after that. But
True.
like initially, I don't think I would.
No, I don't think I'd look at that guy in my fucking bush and be like, yeah, for sure. He's like definitely doing some weird ass shit. For sure. I get it. But next question.
Do you think if he was not on house arrest and being nosy that they would have found the killer?
No.
No.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so either. I think maybe like he would have definitely gotten a lot of more kills in, but maybe he could have slipped up and they could have found him, but they would not have found him that easily.
But okay, let's be real though. How long has he been
exactly.
the neighbor, and how long did it go unnoticed? You know what I mean? Like I think with the precautions he was doing as a serial killer, definitely made up for the fact that he wasn't getting caught for a very long time. A very long time.
He would have had to make a grave mistake for them
Someone
to have caught him without the kid just so happening to find out.
If I'm gonna be honest, if it wasn't like a house arrest situation, I definitely think that him and the neighbor would probably got together and somehow he killed the neighbor.
Like the neighbor girl?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, because that was kind of his victim.
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah.
So then I want to kind of end it with a question on why do we believe that this is a underrated film with this unhinged fucking serial killer just going at it. What, like, watching it, and I thought it was really good. I think I have a pretty good rating on it. I gave it a good 8 out of 10.
I was just about to say an 8.
Yeah. So with I mean, obviously our opinions are gonna be different than everybody else's, but in a general, this movie I don't feel like is talked about enough.
I feel like it's not either.
I don't know why. What do you think?
I think maybe.
You think it's because it's Shia LaBeouf?
Honestly, that's serious. A possibility.
I'm being serious. I think
it's a good possibility.
He hit a really big downfall for a while. And
I'm not gonna lie, that was one reason why I was like, yeah, I'll watch this. When you put that on the list, I was like, okay. Yeah, I used to think he was cute.
I think he's still cute. He's all
I
right.
haven't seen him
He's
in a
like
little bit.
he's like my Michael Cera. You know how I have a Hear Me Out and it's Michael Cera. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's cool. But like I could go for Shia LaBeouf. I just think that could probably be an off-putting reason to watch
Yeah.
it. In a way because like I said, the whole downfall, and I think a lot of people follow whatever media does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
They can't what's it called? Separate the artist from the art.
Yeah. So I think that could be a really good reason, but
I think that
it was made in
yeah.
2007, so it could be just more of like in that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think cuz we go into stuff for horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just not really that talked about, maybe because it did have horror elements to it.
Oh yeah,
It
for
was
sure.
thrilling, but like
It wasn't like this isn't like a deep
yeah.
dive horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I think maybe that could be why it could be a little underrated.
I think also like what I said earlier, I know they say never judge a book by its cover,
I
and I
always judge
mean
a book
this,
by its
and I
cover.
mean this like in a literal sense. Like I looked at the cover and I was like, yeah, that looks like a shit fucking movie.
No, I mean it in a literal sense too. When I look at a book, I judge that shit from its cover. I'm like, no, I'm not reading this.
Yeah, and I think that sucks because I think there's a lot of, I mean, this is proof here that this movie was actually a really good movie, and the fucking cover was just made shit because I don't know, it just gave me like,
it just wasn't there.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? To be honest, I thought it was a spy movie. I didn't really think
maybe
of
that's
it.
why it's underrated too. People aren't grasping it for what it is.
Yeah. Well, maybe. So, rating 8.
Yeah.
We good on that one?
Yeah.
All right. What should we talk about next?
The Strangers. 2008. The original.
That is my cue.
I'm sorry.
Strangers. As Alyssa just took my friend. Ugh. God. Strangers came out in 2008. It's about a woman named Kristen and I believe it's her boyfriend.
I think
almost
they
fiance.
Were engaged. No,
almost fiance.
Almost, yeah. Because weren't they? He was going to propose on the vacation, right?
I think she said no.
She said no. She said no. I'm pretty sure he was going to, wasn't he?
No, I think he did, and she said no. Because she said in the beginning that she. Anyways, we'll talk about it. So Kristen and James are expecting a relaxing weekend at a family vacation home, but their stay turns out to be anything but peaceful.
Ooh.
So, cutting back a little bit, I think they did get engaged, or not. He proposed, but I think she said no because I remember they were on the kitchen table and she was just like, I'm just not ready yet.
Yeah.
So
but that was like during the beginning of the vacation, right? Like once they got there or before they went?
No, that was there. Because she was in the dress. She was like, nah, bruh. And then, and then they try to get freaky on the table, and then fucking.
I'm sorry, but if I propose to you and you reject me, I'm not getting freaky with you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bitch, how you trying to have sex with me right now?
Hell no.
That's crazy work.
Okay, you want to know what I low-key kind of sometimes think about? Like, if someone rejects your proposal, are you just supposed to still date them? Because, like, low-key, unless I know for sure, like, it's just a not right now type of thing, I don't want to date you if the answer's no.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in that position.
I know.
I'm married. I said yes. Well, first I said no.
Did you really?
I was playing, yeah, because he pulled out the ring, and I was like, no! And he asked me, and I was like, okay, yeah, of course, duh, stupid head, I love you. Anyways, yeah, no, they try to get freaky on the fucking table, and then you hear the blonde chick, who's like, is Tamara here? She's like, banging on the fucking door.
Bang, bang, bang. First of all, I ain't answering if you banging like that.
Honestly, I'm gonna give you my real honest opinion. If I'm getting freaky on my
I
fucking
ain't
kitchen table,
answering.
I'm not answering. I said, you fuck out of here, bro.
Let me finish first.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I already got my titties out. You think I'm gonna put them back in for a fucking bitch knocking at the door at 2 in the morning? You on crack cocaine.
First of all, if
Fucking
it's that late / early in the morning, however you want to look at it, I'm not answering the door regardless if you're knocking politely.
No, I'm turning off all the lights.
I'm fucking peering through them.
Hell no,
peering
I'm
through
not
that
even
window.
going through the window. I'm turning off all
Nah,
my
I'm-
lights and pretending I'm
I'm
going to sleep.
crawling, looking up, peering.
Okay, you fucking
Nope,
ninja.
not doing. Yeah,
No, the lights are off. She turned off she undid the thing. You can't see shit. It's dark as hell.
my eyes are different.
Sure. Sure. Do you think
What?
Do you think like why do you think it's always in like throughout the series of the movies, the only question they truly ask is Tamara home?
Do you think?
Who the fuck is Tamara? That's my question.
Do you think that's like one of them that they're still trying to find or something? Or do you think it's just the name they picked to be like an opening question? Honestly, because they say when she looks at them and she's like, "Why are you doing this to us?" and they answer, "Because you were home," or something. I think it was just
What if
them
that's the first person they've ever killed?
Well, I think it's just them trying to open it up and be like, "Oh, is so and so home?" And they just always choose the same fucking name.
That's so weird. I wouldn't do that. You
What?
I wouldn't use the same name. If I was them as a serial killer,
I thought you meant you wanted to go around right now and just
not.
good job, good job.
Are you fucking psycho?
Bro, I thought you were psycho for a second. Because you're like, I want to do that. And I'm like, what? Did you see the look on my face?
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, what are you even talking about right now? No, like I wouldn't use the same name. Like if I were them, I wouldn't use the same name. Because if you're going like however they do it, right, and they obviously do it more than once, they would seem like very much pros just based on how they do everything. Like
they're pros, but low-key also a bit sloppy.
I think that's on purpose for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why are you like if you're not trying to get caught, like why the fuck are you using the same like you know what I mean?
Like change it up a little.
Yeah, just like, hey, is Sydney home?
Not Sydney.
Like, I don't know, like
would you
hello?
say is Tamara home? Is Amarat home? Do it backwards.
Just something. Something different. Just give me a little something. You're dying.
I'm still held up on I want to do that.
Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to start off the question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Question 1. What is the significance of the couple's relationship issues and how do they impact their ability to face the threat?
I don't really know the significance, but I do think it impacts them because they don't really be listening to each other.
I think that's the whole thing. So I wouldn't say it's like what's the significance, but obviously their issues are communication.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I believe based off her commitment issues.
Yeah.
Just based off her saying no to the engagement. So I think that I think this goes on a like any couples because realistically there's not a couple out there who doesn't have whatever kind of relationship issues. So I think this is across the line that if you're in any sort of danger, especially like when people are trying to kill you, you realize how much more you love that person. So I think that impacted them on how they like try to go at the people. They listen to each other more in a way, in a sense, just wanted to protect each other. I think it's just one of those things where you're like, okay, I really do love this person. And towards the end of it too, she ended up wearing the ring. So I feel like that just shows you a lot of what people go through, especially something traumatic like that they do end up realizing how much you don't want to lose them and how much you love a person. You look like you're about to cry,
That's
Alyssa.
so sweet.
Thanks. I could be a little sweet sometimes. Come to Sour Patch Kid. Sour but sweet.
Lord Jesus Christ.
But you know what I mean? Don't
Yeah, I get
cry.
it.
You look like you're gonna cry.
I'm not gonna lie, some of the tears are still from all that laughing.
But you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just not even just relationship, maybe just friendships. I think we were put in a position. I definitely, like, I'd probably cry about it too. I'd be like, oh, you fucking whore. You dumb bitch. You should have just not opened the door. But
See,
you know
but
what I mean?
that's where I wouldn't have opened the door.
I mean, we don't have friendship issues, so I think that is kind of like minus that and the situation, but I do think in every type of relationship, whether it's like platonic or not, I think going through a situation like that brings you closer to the people
Yeah.
around you, make you
Makes you
step a different
realize things.
type of way. Yeah, especially something like 3 fucking people trying to fucking kill you. 3 of them, not just one. Like, this is 3 people.
Not just one, not just 2, 3 motherfuckers.
Yeah, 3 fucking fuckheads. But what about you? What do you think more on the question? Or do you think just what I say is
I was gonna say, you
basic?
kind of summed it up
Yeah.
really well.
Thanks. I could
You have a way with words.
I do. That's why I get bitches. Just kidding. That's a joke. I'm married. Insert Pearl from fucking. I use that one all the time. I'm married. And she's got like the fucking, I don't know. Anyways, question 2: why do you think the killers wear the mask, and do you think like they represent anything?
Definitely, obviously, because they don't want their faces for one to be seen.
I don't think so, because towards the end of the movie, when they're stabbing them to death, they take off the mask.
Well, they know at that point they're gonna be dead.
Well, not really, because she wakes up at the end.
Well, okay, in their minds, they think.
Killers are dumb as fuck
Yeah.
if they do that. Let's be real. Do you think it's on purpose?
Not killing her or taking the mask off?
Both. Like, do you think it's because they're obviously not found? Do you think that's like something significant within the movie?
You know what? Maybe. Like, they're like, you know what? You could survive.
True. I don't know if, like, per se, the mask have anything, like, for other than hiding their face. I think there's a deeper meaning behind it. I think they were chosen.
Well, what I want to know, because, like, dude just wears, like,
the scarecrow mask.
Yeah, but then they have, like, faces type of masks.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the significance behind that? Like, why does he get a different one?
I don't know. Because he's the man.
And
he's got 2 bitches with him.
Honestly.
Shit,
are they related? Or did they just, like, come together? Did they ever talk about that?
No, I don't think. I
need, like, an origin story.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need an origin story of them.
I'd be down for that. That'd be really cool. I think we just need something like that for every serial killer.
Honestly. Every movie.
Like every movie.
Every movie. I need the movie and then I need the origin story.
But it needs to be a good origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back to the mask. I think some of it has maybe, like I said, maybe we need an origin story to really understand why they picked the mask that they do. But I do definitely think it represents something within themselves. Like, they have the scarecrow mask, and the other ones have this very, well painted, like, face. Like, one of them has, like, you could see the hair done really well, and then you got the makeup done really well. So I definitely think
I feel like it represents them.
Behind the mask in a way. Yeah, I get that. Maybe we just need like a real good origin story to like back that up. Last but not least, question 3. Do you think the killers are in town, or are they also going on quote unquote vacation and kill whoever? How do you think they pick their victims?
You know what? I think they do live in town. Because maybe they hit up that house specifically because the words they said, because you were home.
Do you think, okay, so when you think about the other movies, right, and some of them, they're in this town, but there's nobody else home.
Mm-hmm.
One, why is that? Two, is that like something significant where it's like Jeepers Creepers, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
certain time and certain days where they're just like on a killing spree?
I
So
could
they
see
know
that.
and they like plan it
Yeah.
because they live in the
They
town.
have to plan it somehow.
Yeah. Well, in a way, because they
I don't think they're planning like who, but maybe like area wise and whoever's there.
hear me out, right? What if it's like an Airbnb situation and the guy or like whoever's like they live in that place and they rent it out.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
could see
I
that.
mean, not in this movie, obviously, because I think
But
it
in
was their
general.
own family, like in a general aspect where it's like they rent out. Because I know one of them is they go on the Airbnb, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the newer one. I don't know. I'm confused. um, I don't know. What do you like when you watch it? What do you think?
It was definitely like I remember watching it and then like the scenes where he's kind of just like in the background and they don't notice him.
Dude, which is crazy because how the fuck you get in? Do you got a key, bitch? That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, you're so quiet.
Like maybe they're the ones renting it out
I don't know, maybe.
because that was a vacation spot, right?
Yeah.
So they obviously
I
had to
think it was a
contact someone.
family vacation spot. That's my thing. Like it was like their dads or grandpas or
Mm-hmm.
some shit. But I don't know, man. Like, I think it's really fucking weird. Like, how do you get a key? They were very intentional with the way they were around the people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, when they're in the background, but he's super quiet. But then he leaves and he's intentionally like he wants to be made known that he was there.
Like he's comfortable.
Yeah. I kind of have a fun fact.
Ooh.
So, in the beginning of the movie, it says that this is based on true events.
Was it?
I'll get there. So this was inspired by true events, but um, it was mainly the director Brian Bertino drew the inspiration from his childhood like experiences and like his neighborhood break-ins and stuff, but he also incorporated elements from the Manson family tape murders.
You know what? I think I did hear that.
So I think
That's
that's
cool.
a pretty cool fun fact for that. I think that just kind of puts more in perspective on like the intentional like being sloppy in a way, but
Mm-hmm.
also being very precise in what they're doing.
That also makes you think about just like life in general.
That's crazy that people are just fucking. And I think it's really honestly like, what do you have to as a person? What trauma do you got to go through to go
Some
out and just fucking kill people?
some people it's just because they think it's fun.
Which is so fucking crazy to me because that would never be fun in my eyes. You know what's fun to me? Sleeping.
You know what's fun to me?
Sleeping.
This.
Murder?
I'm trying to be sentimental and you're talking about murder.
All right.
What would you
Next
rate this one?
Oh, honestly, this one out of the whole one, I think just because of the original, I definitely give it like a 6 or
I was
7.
just thinking 6.
We just fucking just be mashing, bro. We just got that same
every
brain
time.
every week
Every week.
for 8 weeks in a row. Just
Hell
kidding.
yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
we've had some different ones.
Well, a couple.
Ratings, as at least.
A couple, but like majority of them, we tend to be pretty spot on.
Well, yeah, because we got like
Great taste.
yeah, sometimes, sometimes. Why do you think The Strangers is so underrated? Like it's not.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's not like now. It's not as underrated as it used to be. Because now they keep coming out. Yeah, they keep coming out with more stuff. But I think before it was more underrated because like it was kind of more of like the first of its kind. So not a whole lot of people.
Do you think because it was based obviously on like true events that's happened and it talked about um it having inspirations of the Manson family and stuff like that? Do you think people watching this and why it was underrated because those things were happening at that time and it was just, well, I
You
don't
would,
know.
I
I don't
feel
know
like
about
that would
at
have
that
been
time,
like,
but
yeah, I
like,
don't think it was at that time. I feel like that would have like hyped it up more though.
I
But
don't
also,
know. I feel like
I didn't get the connection like when watching it. Like I had heard about it before, and then like you telling it again, like was like, yeah, I've heard that, but I didn't get the connection. Like watching the movie, I would have never gotten that. So maybe it's more underrated because like when
you
people
don't know
hear
the
that,
story about it.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
like, eh.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. All right, what do we want to talk about next?
Hellfest.
I
Dun
remember
dun
when this fucking
dun.
movie came out, dude.
Really?
I do.
I didn't know about this movie until last year.
I remember I used to go to the movies like religiously. And I have the AMC app,
Mm-hmm.
and so I get like tickets for free and stuff. But I remember when it came out, I went to go watch it. I think I spent like $4 on the tickets, which I don't think is bad, right? Because they're
Nah.
typically like
Especially now.
Yeah, but this was also back in 2018, so
Yeah, but it was still crazy pricey back then too.
yeah,
It's just even more pricey now.
I think leisure stuff was maybe a little less expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not in 2018 anymore. I don't remember what I did in 2018.
You don't know how I found out about this movie?
How'd you find out?
You know the app Pluto?
Yes, I do.
So you know how they have like the live TV aspect of it?
Yeah.
I always go to like the horror, terror, whatever those sections are.
Yeah.
It just
It was
so
on.
happened. It just so happened to be on,
That's crazy.
and I just click.
It was a really good movie.
It was.
I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites. It's a rewatch, most definitely. But yeah, we get into it.
Oh yeah.
Hellfest. It came out in 2018. It is about a Halloween night of three women and their respective boyfriends and almost boyfriends head to Hellfest, which is a traveling carnival, face a bloody night of terror when a mass serial killer moves their way. So before we do questions, I thought this movie was really good. I also think, hear me out, okay?
Oh God.
So if we're going to, so we have what, Niles, the Niles haunted house or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, if we had me and you and like another friend, okay, went to the Niles haunted shit, okay, and all you fucking did was complain on how you weren't scared, I'm fucking punching. I would kill you too. That man, as soon as he heard, oh, this shit isn't scary, he turned so fast. He's like, I'm gonna get you, bitch, because
he's like, oh, you're not scared.
I don't know what like the whole motive is behind his killings.
I have a theory.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the theory now, or do you want to hear the theory later?
Is it short and sweet?
Kind of.
Okay.
I feel like I should say it now because I may forget it later. Okay, so at the very end, spoiler alert, it shows him coming into his kid, and he goes over to the case and he puts up the mask. He be doing this, so I think he just be going in and just trying to give people the scare that they want.
What if it's like the mom? The mom, because you don't really see the mom at all. The kids just by themselves. What if it's like he was a deep, hardcore horror fan, and this bitch was like, nah, bruh, this shit ain't scary, and then he just like lost it. He was like, the fuck? What do you mean? This is the best scary movie ever. I'm gonna kill you, bitch. And like kills her.
So because she didn't think it was scary, he kills her. So then he goes to them.
Here's my explanation, right? When he does open that cabinet, okay, there's a picture.
Oh yeah.
On the door, and typically, okay, when you're looking at his stuff, he's putting his trophies in the cabinet. But this one was on the door, and it was of a girl and a guy. So I think, and she had like, you know, the dark hair or whatever. And if you're looking at the characters he's fucking killing after they've said, you know, they're typically white women with long brown hair. So maybe it's just like a trigger for him. Maybe he's just like, that's my opinion. That's my theory.
I like that.
Thanks.
It kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah. But anyways, if we go somewhere, I'm rightfully killing you too because why the fuck are first of all, those tickets are expensive. And this is like a traveling carnival. Okay, so imagine how fucking like
I'm gonna have a good
expensive.
time.
Bitch, if you fucking don't act scared, that's terrible. I'm not spending like a good fucking $40 to go somewhere for someone to complain that it's not scary. If it was truthfully like if we go through a haunted house and it truthfully wasn't scary, like if it was like a we're going trick or treating or some shit because we're children, and it was like a made haunted house and it wasn't truthfully
Like
scary.
the ones that sometimes they do in their little garages around
Yeah,
here.
and I'm like that's fine. I get it. That wasn't like super terrifying. But if we go somewhere paid and you don't pretend like you're having a good scary fucking time, I'd kill you too. I don't care.
You know, I was traumatized as a kid in like a little made haunted house in our school's library.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's funny.
I was traumatized.
That's crazy. I don't know. I just think I'd be offended too.
I would say what I'm getting out of all of this is that you want to go do this stuff with me, so let's
Well,
go.
I already
Let's
kind of
go.
planned on us going. But I swear to God, I will leave you there. I'm driving, and I will leave you there if you fucking complain one time that that shit wasn't scary. Because
No.
I went one year with my husband, and I fucking held his hand. I gripped that shit so fucking hard. I was scared. I almost pissed myself. Don't even get me started when we fucking got separated.
No, they separate. Wait, was it just you two?
Yeah,
And they separated you guys?
dude, I
I
was
hate that
scared.
shit. I hate that
I was
shit.
so
Don't
scared.
separate us.
I was so scared because they separated us, okay, and it was super scary because it was one of those things where it was like the closing, like it felt claustrophobic.
Oh, I hate that.
And I get super fucking claustrophobic. I don't like when things touch me, which is the worst because it's a haunted house and everything is touching you. And it made me panic really bad. We ended up it separated us this way, but it was you meet again in that like there's a end of that.
I hate that.
It was scary for sure.
I hate that so much. Wait, were you holding his hand still and they separated you?
Yeah.
How?
Well, okay, because I like let go because I was in front of him. Because I don't know.
So they just kind of wait for the right moment, and they're like,
so. I don't even know how the fuck. I just remember holding his hand, and then I'm like swifting through shit. So I need like my hands, and then we're just like he's not there, and I was like, "What the fuck? Where are you, bitch?"
"Nah, if we're going, we are interlocking and not letting go."
Our arms get cut off when we get separated.
So be it.
That's so funny.
I'm
Jesus.
not letting go. We are not getting separated.
Oh God. You wanna ask some of our questions?
Okay. This we slightly answered a little bit. What do you think were the killer's motivation?
Because them bitches were complaining about haunted houses. I don't fucking get it. You pay money to be and go and have friends. Like,
and I think that's why he was doing it, because it's like, you're paying money for this. You're complaining that you're not getting scared, so I'm gonna give you a scare, and you're dead.
Facts. See, because like at first, their group, like the main group, were having fun, and they, obviously you understand that the shit's fake, and obviously it's not like the worst scare of your life, but it's like you're not having fun. You are a fucking buzzkill. You're not, at least they were just like when they were jumping out, it was scary to them. It was like, haha, like do it again type of shit. You know what I mean? So like they were excited about it. They participated in the scares. But there was these the first girl who was killed in the movie, and they're fucking the three fucking stooges bitches, okay, complaining about how shit is not scary and for the people to just get out of their face. I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you pay? Like, truthfully, why would you pay to be with your friends in a like haunted place, like where it's obviously,
Yeah.
it's not real, and that's fine, but don't go and pay for somewhere and you're gonna be
Like, you know what it is.
Yeah, like you understand like what it's supposed to fucking be, and you still chose to have a terrible time. Like, for what reason?
Exactly.
But I don't know. That's just me. So same thing.
Yeah, because I mean, we kind of had touched on it, where he's just one trying to give the scares. I liked your theory too, where the motivation could be,
From like his ex or
yeah,
something.
like that could be like partially how he chooses his victims. Like he may use that in an aspect of like, okay, this is the group I'm going to go for, because he kills the whole group or
Yeah, he
tries
does.
to.
No, 2 survived.
Yeah,
But there was like
there
one,
was a
two,
lot in
three.
that
There
group.
was 6. There
Yeah,
were 6 of them.
that's a lot of
2
people.
survived.
First of all, I don't know that many people, so
Me as fuck. Me as fuck is crazy. How do you think his choice, like where, like him choosing, like the festival, like how
Mhm.
do you think he chooses those settings, and how it sets the tension within like everything?
So I think obviously he has to have some love for haunted houses and like carnivals and shit, especially around Halloween time. And then he could obviously get away with killing people because there's already,
He's done it once before.
well, and like when you go into the haunted house, like when he killed that girl in front of her, like she kind of started to get a little weary about it, but they all thought it was part of the act.
You know what though? You're also fucking. They were drinking. How the fuck are you just gonna be so serious and be like, yeah, that shit's not fucking scary, bitch? If I was drunk and I'm seeing that shit, I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm hollering,
What gets
I'm
me
running, I'm pissing
is
my pants.
when he's about to kill that the girl in the striped shirt
The
in
first
front of
girl.
her, yeah, and she just looks at him, just do it already. Like, first of
Bitch,
all,
what the fuck you mean? Just do it already. Like, oh my
and that already sealed your fate.
facts, fucking facts.
Like, if she would have maybe acted scared, maybe their friend group would have been safe.
It's so crazy how your like choices, and it's crazier to think that something little like that sets people off. Just be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking murder you because you're not having fun and you don't think this is scary. I'll show you something scary.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's definitely Halloween based where he's choosing when to do the murders and stuff.
I think it's just the easiest to get away with it.
Yeah. But I think for this one, how it sets the tension is how it feels kind of pre-planned in a way because he had the same mask as those other people.
Yeah, like he had to do some
And
research.
yeah, and he knew not to bring a weapon in, but there were weapons. First of all, why are you creating haunted houses and you got fucking real axes and shit?
Right?
That's crazy.
And they just had a knife chilling on the
The
table.
needles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, fucking wild. Wild sauce. But I don't know. Yeah, I think, yeah. Next.
A haunted amusement park has its horrifying theatrics already. Do you think the killer goes for that setting in the first place? And how do people tell the difference?
We kind of went through that in the last one.
We
last
did.
question.
I think
It's easier.
for one, yeah, it's easier. But also, what I don't get is when the guy that Tony Todd was playing, because he was in this movie.
Yes, he was.
He pulled the one friend up onto the stage and they were gonna cut her head off. I'm doing air quotes. And I was watching this video where they were like, how in a crowd of people did she swap her head out without anyone noticing? Because at first, how when they cut it down in the very beginning of it, like it was a fake head.
Yeah.
And then she got killed like behind the curtain. But it's like, how'd you switch it without anyone noticing? And how did you even have a head for her to begin with?
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Like, that was one thing I was like, okay, but if this was a random pick, how'd you just so happen to have a dummy head?
So, what do you think you rate the movie for a Hellfest?
Bro, that's a solid
7.
Yeah. I was gonna say 7.5.
Yeah. I don't think it's a really good movie, don't get me wrong.
There was
I
a
just-
little bit of flaws, but nothing
just,
I couldn't look past.
like I said, I just can't get past the whole if you're with a group of friends and you can't fucking get on board of just, they were drinking too. So it's just like, how are you drinking and not feeling like inspirited of the moment? You know,
I get it.
definitely a 7. Question again for this movie and every movie after and before. Why do you think it's so underrated?
That is a good question. Because, like, in my mind, I feel like it shouldn't be underrated.
I don't think it should be underrated.
It should, but I don't get why it's underrated. Like, I don't hear a lot about this movie, and I feel like everyone should be talking about it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
So can we just make this not an underrated movie, and everyone please just go watch it right now, and go recommend it to everyone?
I think it's definitely one of those movies, where just it's kind of like a one-hit wonder type of thing. Kind of like songs. It's there. I don't think it like gets super popular, but I think it definitely gets enough traction where it was able to be like on platforms. Like believe it's on Amazon and stuff. So I feel like it's known enough for it to be on some platforms, but I don't think I would never hear someone be like, yeah, Hellfest is my favorite movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
like I said, I never knew about this movie until I was just watching Pluto TV and it was just on.
I think a lot of it too, if you think about like, I think in general with underrated movies, like horror movies and stuff, a lot of people just go back to the originals. They go, and it's like would stigma be a good word for it? It's just like one of those things where it's like, people really don't branch out to what they're not comfortable with. You know what I mean? And when you see these movies and they have a whole series on them, it's more easier to watch the whole thing and be like, okay, yeah, this is a good movie, this is a good series, I like it a lot, it's my favorite. You know what I mean? Because there's remake after remake. You got Halloween, you got Scream, you got Nightmare on Elm Street, you got fucking, did I say Halloween already?
Yeah.
Fucking Friday 13th, you know what I mean? It's just like those classic Carrie, you know what I mean? So I think it's just one of those things where it's like when it's a repeated movie, Child's Play, it's just like something to be easily watched and think, yeah, this is a great series, this is a great movie, it's my favorite. So I think but my thing is, Strangers is kind of getting popular now.
Yeah, because they're coming out with new stuff.
So it kind of interests me sometimes though, because when we make remakes, they're always just like, oh, but it's not the original. You know what I mean? But the original is so underrated, like The Strangers.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's kind of weird that this one didn't like pop off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this one needs to pop off more.
I agree. What's our last movie?
The Collector.
Ooh, this one was really good for me.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to my cousin. I don't know if you would want your name on the podcast, so you know who you are. She bugged me for years to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would always just be like, I'll add it to the list. There was never a list.
This fucking movie, honestly, I remember the first time you like recommended the movie for me to watch, and I think I've watched, honestly I think I was doing homework, so it was one of those things where I'm like on and off watching it, but I fully rewatched it. I feel it, I basically watched it for the first time again, if that makes sense. And it was really fucking good.
I love this movie.
It was really good. I was very intrigued. It kept me kept me on my fucking toes for sure.
Oh yeah.
It was very suspenseful. The Collector. The Collector came out in 2009. It's about a guy named Arkin, basically. Desperate for money to pay off a debt, a man, Arkin, targets a wealthy family home and plans to break in to steal a valuable gem. He soon learns that he picked the wrong night to carry out his plans, for a masked man has gotten there first imprisoned the family and lined the mansion with deadly traps. That was tongue twisters for sure up in there.
Yeah.
I was confused.
I was trying to look to help you out, but you just kept going, so I was like, she's got it.
Did I get
You
it?
got it in the end. It's okay.
Yeah, I think people get it.
Yeah. I think we know by now that
I can't pronounce anything for the life of me. Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't,
you haven't listened enough then.
Yeah.
Go back and listen.
True. All right.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I am so fucking intrigued. I don't know if you noticed this, but why was his eyes glowing?
Right? Bro, he's something. I don't know.
I'm gonna bring this up. It has nothing to do with. I bring this man up anytime I fucking can. I don't know if it's not horror, but if people like Marvel, I don't know if you've seen the new Marvel movie. Danny Ramirez, my fucking man. Okay, that is. I taught just a little, side note. I taught my daughter to call Danny Ramirez, her dad. I'll pull up a picture. I'm like, who's this? And she's like, Daddy. I was like, yes, good job. I love you so much. But
what
other than
does
that,
your husband think of this?
He doesn't think it's funny at all. He hates it, to be honest. But no. So in the Marvel movie, the new one, the New Brave World, whatever. So in the movie, like, the guy has like glowing eyes, but he like his brain is exposed and it's like supposed to be like super smart or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck. I honestly watched the movie because my husband wanted to watch the movie. I watched the movie for the plot. Danny Ramirez. So I just feel like I don't know if I really watched it as much as I thought I would. Anyways, but yeah, the guy had green fucking eyes in the collector. That was so fucking way off, and I'm so sorry about that.
It's kind of there.
Kind of. I just kind of mentioned that one of their fucking
I think he just
villains.
wanted to talk about Danny.
That man is so gorgeous. I can't.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, I know we're only really talking about the first one. Did I have you watch the second one?
I briefly watched the second one. I went as far as them going into the house to save the girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't finish it because I watched it while I was at work, and I unfortunately had to work, so I couldn't pay full attention to it.
I get it.
Yeah.
You should watch the whole thing. It's a good one.
I definitely we'll get into it more. What are you
like I said, my cousin hounded me for years to watch this movie. Like, I would literally post on Snapchat and be like, I need movie recommendations.
You're an idiot.
And she would be over here like, have you watched it yet? And I'm over here like, it's on the list.
On the list is crazy. And then asking fucking people what to watch is crazier.
I know. Look, I eventually finally watched it last year.
And it was really good.
It was so good. I was like, I messaged her and I was like, I should have watched this sooner.
It is good.
She was so mad. But yeah, definitely good favorite.
I could start the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 1. Why does the collector make all these intricate traps? Is it just mindless fun or just simple thought out mastermind? I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think he's very precise on what he does, how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, based on every single trap of them not getting out. I think that's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I think he likes it. I think he enjoys it. So I definitely think it's both.
Like, it's kind of like a little puzzle to him.
Yeah, so I think it's both a mastermind piece of his, but also simple fun. I think he enjoys it most.
Oh, yeah. He has to enjoy it because he does it.
It's
God
very
knows how much.
well thought out. Like, it's from covering windows to putting acid on the fucking floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy fucking work. What do you think?
It's so hard to say because, like, especially for the first one, like, we don't really know him like that to know if it's, like, a mastermind type of thing.
But I feel like it shows, and not shows, but definitely indicates that he's done it before.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no,
well, especially,
like, mistakes. There's no, it's all very well put, thought out. He has these really weird, but yet super, like,
I need to know how he did all of that. Because he was the exterminator. he was
he
with the
like drugged
company.
them?
I'm just over here. How did he have that much time in between them doing the exterminating job and them leaving? Because he was able to stop them from leaving.
Well, that's what I'm
How did he
saying.
have the time to do all of
Do
that?
you think he like went back or like somehow he like drugged them and then pretended to leave but came back while everybody, because they were supposed to leave
Yeah, they were supposed to go
and
on
then they
some
were still
trip.
there. So I really think that it could have been something where he had to drug them something.
He
He
had to
was like
do
the
something.
exterminator.
He had to either
Well,
drug them or knock them out or something. But I still don't get, because dude came back that same night. How did he have enough time between all the exterminators leaving and then Arkin coming back to set up all those traps?
he did come back a lot later, and I think what if it's just like one of those things, he put those traps,
Like
like
throughout,
hid them,
yeah.
you know?
I also don't remember how long they were exterminating for. Like, was it a 1 day job or did they have to come multiple times?
I don't know. Maybe it was like, was there a bunch of them there?
There was a few people there.
Well, because I don't know, because towards the end of the movie, like on the van, he takes off like the exterminator thing. So what if he was just like faking it?
I'm pretty sure he was faking it, but I'm pretty sure he was there with them.
Which is weird, because how do you not know your fucking employees enough to like just.
I mean, I don't think Arkin really knew a whole lot of people. He was
guess.
just doing it for the money.
Yeah. I don't know.
What I thought was very mastermind like was the box that he kept his previous victim in.
We'll talk about that. Do we want to do the second?
Yes.
Okay. Second question. Why do you think the collector brings his collection, the people in boxes, to his next location? How do you think he chooses the people?
I'm not entirely sure how he chooses the people, but I enjoy like the thought of him bringing the collection with him. Like it reminds me of like
his trophies.
Yeah. Or like say like you're a little kid and you have a little stuffed animal and you want to bring it everywhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like his little stuffed animal.
Well, the guy in the box before Arkin said that he was bait.
Yep.
So I wonder what that kind of meant, because it's not really bait to like, because he's just stuck in the fucking box, hidden in the closet.
I think because I'm pretty sure he was gonna take, because it was the girl, the dad, and the mom, and then of course the older sister.
Mm-hmm. And the boyfriend.
Yeah, they came home later on, and I don't think he knew about them because he wasn't set up for them. I don't think. I mean, they obviously walked into the traps, but he wasn't prepared exactly for them. But
I don't know, because at first they couldn't open the front door because he had the locks on there too, but he did unlock one of the doors, so he was semi prepared.
only semi. But I think he likes to take multiple people for the collection and maybe pick and choose from them who will be like the bait for the next. Because I think he knew, I want to say he knew them somehow.
You think?
I want to say, I feel like he had mentioned, I could be wrong, but I feel like he mentioned that when he came out of the box and talked about he was bait and whatever.
Oh, maybe he was a part of the exterminator, right? Like that team.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he was wearing like a white shirt and some pants. He was in the house for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was the bait. Maybe that's how he got in.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arkin intervenes. Is this a right place, right time, or wrong place, wrong time?
You know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely, technically for his part of it, wrong place, wrong time, because he wasn't supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't calculated into the plan. It's not like dude knew he was going to be coming back. So him trying to intervene for the people was right place, right time.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, wrong
Wrong
place, wrong time.
Yeah, especially
And
for what he was doing there.
he tried to leave, but he came back. He could have escaped.
Like, he went back for the little girl.
Yeah.
I think because he had a little girl, it
Yeah.
definitely, like,
He couldn't
did
just
his,
leave her.
yeah, his conscience was like, nah.
What would you do? If you were in his shoes, you got out, would you go back?
Bitch, what did we just fucking talk about not too long ago? I'm sorry. Maybe the mother in me would go back for sure, because I don't think I'd leave, like, my kid there.
Mm-hmm.
If it was, like, my husband, I'd probably leave.
But, okay, you were Arkin. It was some kid you don't know.
Okay, if I was not completely me, okay, and I was the character Arkin, I think as a father, I would still feel the same way. I think if I wasn't a mom, maybe, if I already had the bad intentions, I think I just fucking dip with the rock, save my own family.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel
that sounds very shitty for me to say, because I love being a mom, and I would do anything for my kid, and I do a lot of things for other kids too. I love the kids that are in my life, but I don't know.
I don't know. I feel
really
like the
hard.
guilt in me would want to go back.
That's a really hard question,
right?
Because realistically, right? If I'm in a situation where I have the strength to go back and, save the girl, I'm all for it, and I will do everything I can to get him out. But if I am me, okay, and knowing my strengths, I don't know how the fuck I'm climbing back out there in that window, and I don't know if I can save that girl.
He was already like kind of hurt.
Yeah, he was too. See, I don't know if I'd be able to physically do it, so I think I'd run. And I know
run and get the cops.
And I know that sounds super fucking shitty on my part, but I don't know if anybody's like, you know what I look like. I'm fucking running for donuts, and that's about it. So everybody's saving. I'm not super fucking bad. I'm making me sound like I'm fucking Fat Albert or some shit, but realistically, I can't run for shit. Okay, I'm very clumsy. I will fall on my face. So I just think my athletic side of me will not do me good in this situation, and I'd probably run and leave. If I was fucking, you caught me 4 years ago, I was fucking fit. Yeah, I think I'm fucking Superman. I'll probably go save that little girl. It was so serious. Catch me 4 years ago before I had a baby. Where I went to the gym 2 times a day, 3 times a week.
2 times a day?
Yeah, bitch, I would wake up but early in the morning, go to the gym for an hour, go home, take a shower, go to work. I'd work at the hospital, so I was fucking doing them legs. I was up and running all the time, and then after work, I'd go. And then I'd grab myself a milkshake, because I think I deserve it after a long day. And 2 workouts.
Low-key same, though.
Yeah, bitch, I was fucking fit. Catch me 4 years ago. Yeah, most definitely. I'm fucking my physique. I'm climbing shit, parkouring that shit. Me post baby. Fuck no, dude. I'm running for sure. Do you think you'd truthfully, like?
I feel like the guilt in me would make me want to go back, but I don't know if I could physically like
survive that.
Yeah, I feel like the best chance for that kid would be for me to just run and try to get cops.
Yeah. Why didn't nobody fucking scream? There were other people in that neighborhood. Those are rich white people. I'm being serious.
I know.
I get white ladies scared.
But also like rich white people are kind of like secluded, so like if they heard screaming, they're probably like, I didn't hear anything.
Listen though, if that's like your friends, that's your homie, they have cookouts together.
They're fake.
Bitch, I don't care. You hear someone screaming, you don't think no white woman's gonna be like, oh my god, I think.
Oh no, they're gonna be like, turn the volume up a little more so we don't hear it anymore.
I don't think you know a lot of rich white people.
Do you?
Yeah, bitch. I know their ass is snitching every time anytime they could get the police out there, they're fucking snitching.
So, why do you think this movie was underrated?
I don't fucking know, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
It was really fucking good. This was my highest rating. I gave it a 9.10 because I didn't like the fact that
a 9.10.
Shut the fuck up. A 9 out of 10.
You know 9 out of 10. I didn't know what you meant.
Shut up. Read my mind. But I just think I would have gave it a 10 out of 10 if the ending didn't end the way it ended. The ending
Honestly,
didn't end the way it ended.
for the
That's so
fact that
funny.
like I know there's more movies and I know how the second movie plays
10
out,
out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I get it. I get it. I think maybe if I watch the
I
second
would
one,
say
it's
your
definitely a
rating
10 out
might
of 10.
change.
Yeah. But no, for sure. I thought it was really good. I don't know why the fuck this is underrated. Like I know I would understand like maybe Hellfest, but this is a really good fucking movie. Like it was really precise. It had like a really great fucking storyline. It had a great plot. The plot twist was crazy cuz you think cuz like towards the end, right?
You ain't
Sorry.
gonna do that.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you probably don't. Um no, I think towards the end it throws you in for a loop because that motherfucker takes that bitch from the ambulance.
Bro,
Ambulance.
like everything that God, it's such a good
It
movie.
really is. I don't understand. Y'all bitches fucking slow as hell. Why aren't y'all pumping out motherfucking the collector? Okay? This shit is fucking this shit is great. And it came out in 2009. That shit's popping. I know that's
You
a
know the
long time
crazy?
ago, but it's real good.
I think I tagged you in it. There's supposedly confirmation that they're finally pushing through.
You tagged someone else.
Oh, I
but
tagged my
had-
cousin. Yes, and you commented on it.
I did. I was like, bitch, I just finished watching this. Well, I
Yeah,
didn't say that, but
that-
in my head, I just finished watching it. I was
yeah,
like,
I
fuck,
tagged
dude,
my
yeah.
cousin. She's the one that was constantly bugging me to watch it. Yeah, I think we're finally gonna get the last one. Because it was always supposed to be 3 movies.
Mhm.
And then I think the third one they were trying to do it, but then COVID happened. So they had to cut production.
I hope it's good.
If they're gonna go with the same storyline, I think it will be.
Yeah.
As long as they don't try to.
I'm so excited. It's a really good fucking movie, and I hope this one does do really well, and they do stick with like the plot and everything.
Yeah.
Because if not, then I think it's gonna just give the movies a bad fucking rap.
That's why you need to watch the rest of the collection so that you can understand why I think they want to call it The Collected because it's the collector, the collection, and then I think it was supposed to be The Collected.
Do you think it's like a backstory, like before Arkin?
They already had talked about what the plot was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is what it's still going to be. I don't want to talk about it though, because what if it spoils for you to be able to watch the collection? Unless you don't care.
Then no, we could stop. Stop right there.
Okay.
I think if this new movie does do good, why are you fucking laughing?
Because I'm just thinking about how we be talking about spoiler alert all the time, but then now I'm over here like I don't want to spoil it for you.
Dude. No, I don't know, dude. I truly think that if this one does good, I'll bring back up the other ones, and I think the hype will come back up.
I will say if they go through with The Collected and if it is still the storyline that I was reading it was supposed to be, I would love an origin story.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Okay, high ratings. We're doing good. I don't know why I don't know. It frustrates me. It frustrates, like, who the fuck is watching this and think this is a shitty movie?
Right?
And don't recommend it.
But, like, granted, I can't speak on that because I was being recommended it a lot by
because you fucking shock. You asshole, you.
She literally kept being like, have you watched it yet? No. Jesus. Why not? Look, man, I'll get to it.
I think it just goes back to what I said before. I think it's easier to look at like the bigger movies,
yeah,
the original,
the more
movies.
common names.
Yeah, it's like brands, like brands of clothing you choose. Like for me, Silas, for I don't know why the fuck I thought it. Carter's is very expensive. Okay, I went to Carter's a lot. It's a baby store. Okay, I went to Carter's a lot because I wanted like a good, decent thing of clothing. And then my dumbass spent so much. I got a credit card and everything. I had fucking cha-ching on that shit all the time. Any chance I got, just to realize your kids. This is what I'm learning. Your kid fucking grows so fucking fast. It's not even funny. The amount of times Silas, the clothes that she received as a child, like a baby, to her being 2 now. I think it's fucking crazy because there was a lot of times when I was, giving away her clothes and stuff where she had outfits that she didn't even fucking wear.
Because she grew out of them before she got the chance.
Yeah, so I think it's just like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, let me choose this one thing because, but then people just kind of grow out of it too fast. Want simpler things. Does that sound?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I know it kind of went to my kid and everything. So me comparing the two kind of didn't fucking make sense. But what I'm trying to say is, people go back to the simpler shit and just don't give a fuck because, why am I going to spend $20 for one onesie at Carter's when I could get 5 onesies for $20 at Walmart?
Exactly.
You got the very underrated, more for your money, movies, and then you got the fucking same fucking stupid shit every 5 seconds. As I have Scream tattooed on my belly.
As I have like all of the iconic.
Yeah.
All of them on my leg.
Does this make us terrible? We would rather spend $20 at Carter's than to get 5 fucking pairs for the same price. We're terrible. Yeah. Anyways, do you have any comments? Anything you want to leave off on?
Let us know what your underrated slashers are.
Yeah, most definitely. I think watch the movies that we recommended, or not recommended, that we talked about. I think
we recommend them.
Oh, for sure, 110%. First off, if you're new here, subscribe, follow our pages, whatever. Come back for more. We'll see you guys next week. Do you know what we're talking about next week?
I feel like we have it planned out, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it is.
I'm tired. Let's go, bro.
No, I feel you. Because I remember it being like the Lazarus effect.
Ooh,
whatever that one was.
Yes. We are talking about coming back from the dead.
Back from dead.
Yep, back from the dead. We're going to be talking about Lazarus effects, flatliners, what else?
Pet Cemetery and Dead Girl.
Yes. I'm super excited for this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to lie, I'm always excited.
Yeah, true.
I feel like every week I'm just always excited for it.
My book is starting to fill up with so much more ideas, and I can't wait to share it with you and for everybody. Come back next week to listen to Coming Back to the Dead. This is going to be our 8th episode.
This one or next one?
Next one.
Next one is 9th episode.
9th? Holy
This one's
shit.
the 8th episode.
Oh, yeah.
Just think, after...
Sure? I thought it was 7. Am I on crack?
I think you're on crack.
Am I astral projecting? I just don't know.
6 was out of body. 7 was driven to fear.
Oh, shit.
And
we're
8 is underrated and unhinged.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Listen, you want to close this out?
Stay spooky. Stay horrified. Stay terrified.
Terrifying talks.
Exactly.
Ooh.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Midnight creeps and shadows fall, whispered secrets through the walls, ghostly figures start to sway.